Hello, buddies. This is the recording. Is it like this, like that? How do I look? Look fine. This is how to pick a language to learn. And I'm going to tell you how to pick a language to learn. And I think in my experience, like picking a language isn't something you do just like from, you know, like pick whatever you like. You should, when you had some experience at least, you want to really look through your options from material wise and really see, like I heard how some polyglots says that resources, but they don't stress enough about resources, and it's pretty vague in them. And I thought, like, I'm gonna like adjust this thought. And so what you have like in like different videos, audios like that, you should look like what you have, what you can find online. Like I would go for like size, like for English it's Bootlocker or 123 Movies, and there's for Polish it's CDAPL, and yeah, there was another site for German too, but I guess it got closed and I never looked for it again. And I also had experience in Japanese. I also had like site where was like free shows. Yeah, it's not necessarily have to be free shows. It could be paid ones if you can afford it. And but the point is like you should like look what material you got. Like with books, I think it's kind of easier because books are like more available. But with shows, something that you like and that you might make yourself watch something. So that kind of attitude I would adopt. And yeah, and that's kind of how I've been learning and thinking on language learning, and that's what I kind of wanted to share. And yeah, so just pick the resources, and the resources, like the more interesting resources, the more of interesting resources you get, the better your chances that you will succeed eventually. So yeah, kind of pick something. And yeah, I would recommend like look for like narrow the scope of languages you would like to learn to like few, and then just looked what you have like in resources, and yeah, in like audio, video, textbooks, yeah, and YouTubers also. And it actually takes time, like about half of a year or yeah, when YouTube like keeps recommending you the people on that language. Like it doesn't recommend you someone on foreign language straight away. Like you have to like really get to know, like get the YouTube to know that you are kind of either fluent on that language or you like have it as a priority. And I noticed that it's about half of a year or something when you watch someone like on some language, and then you kind of see these recommendations and you can pick someone else and write down it somewhere the name of the channel, and you kind of get in this base that you will gonna learn to kind of practice hearing of your language. So that in my experience that was like this. And yeah, so basically it. And yeah, you just kind of writing down all these resources, and kind of if language doesn't have like enough of it, like Irish doesn't have on Google Translate or like translate options to Irish, and yeah, but you can also like look for something similar, like you see like German and Danish, it's like kind of basically English too. They kind of this Germanic kind of languages, and they have a lot of similar, or like Danish and Swedish, and or Danish and Norwegian, yes. And like it's pretty much like kind of really mixed languages, so like Polish and Russian, some have some similarities, or like what, like Bulgarian and Ukrainian, or like, you know, what else? What is a good example? I'm not very familiar with Chinese, but more or less. Chinese is like, yeah, but with this Western languages, it's usually like that. Like you have language and you have, yeah, and then, I mean, Italian and Spanish, it has like ton of similarities, and yeah, so that's kind of like you can pick. My point is you can pick like similar language to that. If that similar language you research have more like different stacks like of resources of different audios, videos, and stuff, and that's kind of it. And then you can, once you're gained some knowledge, you can like switch to try to switch to like your more preferred language. But the goal is to learn at least something, yeah. In my case, like, and yeah. So I guess this was it for this video. That was it for this video. And stay safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I guess tips were helpful. So what we summarized them how to pick a language to learn. Yeah, and I kind of came to this from the perspective of kind of like more kind of pragmatic, like that kind of stuff. And yeah, I guess this was it. So see you. Ciao.